Hey guys, it's me, Greenboy657 Gaming here, and today we're going to be playing the Quantum Science Energy Facility. But more importantly, we're going to be filming a how to play it video. So, one of the most basic things is you can reset your character, but when you reset your character, it opens a menu that you can choose where to spawn. Now, the bottom ones, they're game passes, but honestly, none of them are worth buying because you can just walk where you want to go. So Sector A, that's the TARDIS zone. This is where you usually will spawn by default, like when you first join. This is supposed to be the official exit to it. Sector B, and you spawn in the turbine hall. This is what converts the the reactor's steam into power. This is just reactor operation, so the control room is near this sector. And then D, this is just brings you into ventilation that allows you to go to different sub-levels, and this I will be showing. For now, we're going to start at Sector A. So, there's not really much here. I actually don't know where that brings you, so we'll find out at the end of the video. So you'll spawn around right here. Now this is the way to get down is to either cross this or just jump over it. And you're at this. This is scary. There's this elevator. And this is how you get from the outside of the facility all the way down. But if you notice, there's no call button on this top after the elevator. So let's say I bring it down and I'm not on it. There's no way I can call the elevator back up from right here, because that is where you have to go. So you get there, you go back. Then there's also this map that's literally not moving at all. But carry on, I'll let you get the map if you want it. Okay, there. You can stop the video if you want to see it. And you go door control. Oh, to open doors, you left click. But also, this game is not available on mobile, so you don't have to worry about that. That's the same map, so I'm not gonna. This is the TARDIS control room. So you got assortment of buttons. Now most of these buttons, they don't do anything. So optionally, you can go into settings and disable useless buttons, just as you can disable the music and stuff. So the useless buttons is off. Okay then. Oh no, these aren't useless buttons. These lights actually like flash when the reactor's in critical state. But having that switched will remove like things that don't matter. So there'll be buttons. I think it shows up right here. Yeah, I'll show that in a different control menu. So here you got some options. This toggles the elevator's location. This is the ventilation, which that doesn't do anything unless you're clicking the big button. And this button can only be pressed on these three conditions. This means elevators at the surface and both fans are off. So let's give it what it wants. We're going to turn off both ventilations, and we're going to bring the elevator up position. Now they don't just turn off in 1 second, they literally take a little bit. So while this is doing that, I'll explain what this is. This is the barrier that prevents, in the event that the reactor explodes, this is what prevents it from damaging the surface and killing everyone that's like within like 100 miles or something. So on these three conditions, you can click the button. Now the only time you really need that shut is when the reactor is going to explode. but this game lets you enable it at any time just for fun. So you saw that that door literally closed. That's covered. And then, well, I think someone just opened it. There's a second control at the bottom, so it's possible that someone... Oh, no, never mind, they didn't. So, now it's shut. This is safe. And also, if you notice, ventilation, they will not re-enable. So to undo it, just cycle the door again. And again, there's an animation for it, which I'll let you watch right here. Actually incredibly clean, which isn't that common in games, although that's a little bit. Doesn't look like it's connected, but that's a surprisingly clean animation. So now, elevator's up, and then you can optionally enable these. This is just so there's more factors to need the thing. And then, does this have... Okay, I'll just show you the section of the facility now. So, the coil, this isn't Roblox, by the way. You get these electrons for playing the game, and then you're able to buy stuff in the store using them. Coil, honestly, I recommend. But let's enter the facility now. Shuts the doors, and descend. Now you can't move to prevent it from glitching, so like right now I'm pressing keys and they're not working, but that's just normal. So now that's the door, some walls, it's bringing us to this. That is honestly scary. It should be right under the fan. But that's okay. So this is the second control. It's similar to the top. Ventilation, bringing toggle the elevator, and cycle the door. Now you're in the official Sector A. These doors are automatic, no clicking needed. Though sometimes they lag a bit. And here is this. This is still the same map. Oh yeah, now we're in this section. So this is where we are. The dot represents where you are, and then that represents some various things on the thing on the map. So like no access because you can't be within that. And then that's vehicle access, and then that's the blast door control. So now let's explore this region. So this section, oh yeah, also, fun feature, you can toggle the lights. You can't spam them though. That's honestly good. So you got that way leads to the entrance to the facility, but you also have various side rooms. And honestly, there's side rooms everywhere. This is just like, you know, like another loading dock. Honestly, I don't know how trucks are getting here, if we just drove or if we just descended, but I won't ask. And then also this leads to that room that was, well, anyway, that leads right here that you saw. And then the ventilation, I said I'd show later, but you're able to crawl into the vents. It's honestly really cool. Don't worry, I am going to show game mechanics. I'm showing an entire guide on how to play this game. It's not just a tour. Also, key cards. I noticed you probably saw I had this. This is an employee key card. You get this from joining their group, which is linked to the game. I'll have it linked in the description also. Key cards can open some doors. Like that, that's not one. That's probably a security only door. There's also security, and they don't talk. They literally are not allowed to talk unless they have a reason to. That's scary. The other two things I have are just, you know, like I bought them using the same electrons as the coil. So nothing. I haven't spent anything on Roblox in here. Everything you're seeing is just normal. So I don't know if that counter goes up, but this is another security room where I get it. You're like taking a ticket. That's pretty cool. And And then that's a blast door. This will lock shortly before the reactor's destruction, or I think they have by the way, I'm able to view the windows, but you can't click any buttons through them, obviously. Now we're in this section. This is this is the Decontamination Room. You can also take some uniforms if you want, but I honestly don't. They're kind of plain compared to other uniforms that are ROBLOX. But those are free. You can literally just step on it. I'll step on it to show. That's the outfit. I don't like this one's pants though. That's like female and then that one's male. So we'll just do that. Again, these are showers. They're just decorative. Although I think they might turn on if you close.
Please report to your new post immediately.
Oh no, these. I'm pretty sure if you're contaminated with a radiation from entering the reactor, these will like help with it. But that's about all they do. Oh wait, whoops, I went around too much. So if you don't want to cut through there, you can just go for this. Same map. This is I don't know if there's actually anything behind that. And then elevators. You left click to call, and then it's left click to use all of these. So that button don't look too good, it never does. And I just anyway, that shows you where you currently are, and then these are the options on the elevators. We want to go to sector A, so we press it, and then bam, we're there. There's no animation because they had to remove them due to like bugs with them, but I'm sure they'll bring them back. So you also have these signs will help you on your journey, but optionally if you know the map, you can turn them off, and then show that the signs are perfectly still there. Okay, that must be partially bugged. Some signs will. I think that type of sign goes away. So here, let me pause if you want. That is the entirety of Sector A. This is the laboratory section, which I'll show. And then this is the main section. And then this leads to the entrance into various other parts of the facility. There's some details. So this is where we are. You have this optional employees only door that you can, with the card, pass. Leads to some scary back rooms that let you go down to reactor operations the quicker way. But that's all that's really here. You have a restroom that's, you know, Brad cheese, and then it's also missing a toilet. A sink, it's missing a sink. But that's normal. And then another control station that I don't know if you're able to enter. And then another restroom. And then we just made a circle actually, so that wasn't a new restroom. And then these, I don't know what these are, but I'll let you read the sign. Alright, we're good. So that elevator will just take you to the reactor operation, or it'll take you to a quicker route to the operations. But I'm not going that way. I don't know why. I just opened it because we're going to be going this way. So you got communications management that's locked. You have a waiting room with lights. And then you have access into reception, as well as access to yet another back room. This just has these. I'll let you read them if you want. And we'll continue on our journey. So these are facility directions. These are helpful. Up represents that way. Left represents that way. Right represents over there. And if they're facing down, that means they represent behind you. That would be for a 4-way. So we're going to first go to the accelerator. This is not the reactor, as they say. This is what makes fuel. And I will get stuck into the map. I will get stuck into the map as I show you. Well, that's I think I deserve that. I used the coil and I should not have. You know what? It's whatever. I'm just gonna go back. Anyway, I think you can just jump. This is a bad idea, but it looks like you can do it. But I don't recommend it because that's boring. So look, if you want to view the speed run, you go through the decontamination, scan the card through the thing. Okay, honestly, I don't know. I didn't expect that to happen. I don't think I showed the decontamination room. I'm pretty sure I rushed through it. So when you shut it, door shuts, and then there's gas blowing. It's pretty transparent gas. Just for fun. Center A. And we're back. Just ignore that. Okay, there. We're back here. So you got employees only, which more employees only routes. You have the Hydrogen Collider, which
fuel cell.
I'm gonna come back to this because I want to do it when nobody's using it. But I'll show this back employees only room.
Fuel cell 3.
This was the
locked.
exception door that you saw. Again, more charts. This, you got these two directions. This takes you to the back room of the DMR, but you can also just, for these doors, don't click the handles. You have to click the window. And wow, I'm on a speed run to get stuck today. Alright, let's use the Hydrogen Collider. So this is dispense fuel cell. These are the 3 buttons for it. This is increasing and decreasing, and this is turning it on. So first, turn it on. And this is its animation. The reactor is powered by dark matter. So this is accelerating particles to create dark matter. It's not an actual science yet, but if you wanted to look it up, there's some stuff on it. Now the room is honestly incredibly detailed in there. Like, it's impressive. And also, none of the lights are on. That's why it's a bit dark in there. See, this is what it usually looks like. And now it's producing fuel. This is the status on fuel. Capacity and the colliders. That doesn't matter. The collider part. You can increase and decrease the speed to get stuff faster. 60% is the recommended because anything past it, it'll tell you to lower the speed. As you saw, it will overheat. So it's starting to raise that thermal cap. The more I raise it, the faster it goes. If that reaches 100, it will stop, and it won't be functional for like a minute.
This is Dr. Weldman. I do need this week's incident
So as long as you
my office
operate
midnight.
that speed correctly,
I do need this week's incident
you can
report
push it up
to my office
and
before
finish this up.
midnight.
So
Thank you.
once it says it's done, turn it off. Don't go running over to that button just yet. Also, that's not a real computer. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed the animation. All it's doing is just pushing those back. That's like the range meters for it. Those are also obviously decoration. And then click dispense fuel cell. This is where you put old fuel cells, which I'll show you where those get used. And this, well, obviously is where you pick up your brand new one. You can only hold one at a time, and they also provide light because, you know, they're glowing. They won't hurt you to hold though. So now let's go to the next section. This is one of the Game Pass locations. But I mean, if you wanted to spawn here, you can. But that doesn't really matter. Okay, you got this corporate on the map. Corporate is a location, but looks like it's been condemned. So you got two sections. This is going to take you, towards the dark matter reactor, and this is going to take you towards the laboratory. We'll do the laboratory first. This is another break room, and every single light panel in all these rooms works. Laboratory has another airlock. And this is also another viewing room for it. This actually has two exits. This is supposed to be the test subject entrance, which is why it has an airlock, which you'll see once I pass this cycle.
Fuel cell 1
I'll
unlocked.
also explain what that is after, what these announcements mean. There's no way to go into that room, but that's where someone would be waiting.
Fuel cell 1 locked.
Test subjects wait. Let's apparently turn off the lights. Oh, this is this section's light. So we got this place. It's a huge mess, but all you gotta know is the molecular testing is literally just that way. And if you want to go to anti-gravity, straight, right, left, and past an airlock. Now, unlike other games, anti-gravity you don't need some special jetpack for, such as in the Innovation Inc. Reactor. This is not an Innovation Alpha, by the way. And then, might not seem like it, but I'm in no gravity right now. Yeet! This is a huge anti-gravity chamber. You can touch this just fine. Pet it, though I don't know why you'd want to. And when you're done, you just... You also are unable to stop moving because it's anti-gravity. So, like, there's nothing stopping you. It's kind of hard to click the buttons if you're not in the right position. And as soon as the airlock cycles, gravity's restored. Also, I guess I'll show this. This is, I guess, how it's supposed to be working. So pause the video if you want to read this. And pause the video if you want to read this. Alright, we're good. It's also today's date. It's 1985 in this game. And here's how you. That's a picture of the reactor. That's what I'm gonna show you now. That is the molecular testing. Now you got the anti-mass spectrometer, which isn't built yet. But that's not the main attraction right now. It's this genetic modification. You got this elevator, which that'll just take you down to that. And then you got this control room, which controls it. This requires a person. This requires two people. One is the control and one is the person in there. So pretty much, someone goes in there, and you activate magnetic containment. Won't let me enable it because, it's not. There's no one in there. You can turn off the power optionally, but this literally just turns off the monitors. I don't know why you'd want to. And once the person's in it and they're magnetized, you can click this, which it's not going to let me click right now, obviously. But you click it and it opens this DNA menu, which if I'm able to, I'll have a picture of it on screen. So all you got to do is put the DNA that's in the person that you don't want, drag them into the trash can in the bottom of the screen. You'll be able to see it. And then you're able to insert 3 different genes. One is to stretch them and make them strong. One is to give them this glowing head. And one is to make them really thin. You can combine them with no effects. But if you remove when you finish it, oh my goodness. If you remove genes and they're just empty, they're not replaced, that will do damage to the person. And pretty much if you remove all the genes, it's going to kill them. That's about it. So that's back to here. So there's another shortcut here that gets you to the secondary exit, which I'll show you where that leads, but I'm gonna take the main route. By the way, cutting through here is not a shortcut. That's only a shortcut if you're in the labs, because this airlock takes too long. Like, so slow. Gotta click it once, and then, oh, you only got it. I'm also pointing out one graphic so the video functions better. So the gas looks better if your graphics set to max. See, that's obviously where we are. So we're gonna cut this way. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of. This game has a lot of storyline. This is the map of. This is a list of all the main people that are in the storylines. If you notice, this one is different because in the storyline, I'll explain that later. Cliffhanger. And then this guy is just him. This guy, I've never seen him in the storyline, so. More cool stuff. Maintenance. This is. Never go in maintenance. Unless you need to. Is this the cheese elevator? This is the rat cheese elevator. Never take that elevator. It doesn't take you anywhere good. Every time I go in there, I get lost. Just use the diagonal elevator if you're gonna go through here. I don't think this is an airlock. No, it might be. But I'm pretty sure you can just bypass. No, you can't bypass it. If you go through the laboratory, you can bypass it. But as I said, it's not really that much of a shortcut. And also, obviously, you can't click the buttons. Now we're gonna cycle the airlock. Vault door cycling.
Sanitation people. Heard of it?
And this is the giant vault door to this section. That's the laboratory. This is the employees only route again to bypass it. The vertical elevator. Huh. What is back here? We're gonna find out. I don't know where. Well, that was a very short journey. We're gonna walk him.
Fuel cell 2 unlocked.
So I just realized this won't come back because no one's controlling it.
Fuel cell 2 locked.
If it's not there.
Dark matter fuel capsule replacement completed.
Maintenance completed. Please restart the dark matter reactor.
And I'll explain what all that side is.
Activating power lasers.
But that you don't have to worry about. It's not like an emergency. Got this. Oh, this did not take me. This took me too far.
Power lasers online.
Honestly, this isn't where I want it to be.
Dark matter reactor resuming normal operations.
So don't look. Just don't look. Because I'm showing this after, so... Ignore. Ignore, please. Thank you. Alright, there we go. Nope, we're still not there. The vertical elevator, I believe, is up. So, floor 2. Yep. I want to show the vertical elevator. Here it is. So this is another reception room. That's a special reception room, which I will show after I show the vertical elevator, which has appeared to have been brought up. It has a button here, though. This is a magical fake door. And that, my graphic settings are low, so that's why it looks weird, but when your graphic settings are actually set to more than garbage, that is the reactor. I will raise them for a second when we get to a better position, and I will show you the truth. Okay, that's the vertical. I keep calling it vertical. It's a horizontal elevator. This is the horizontal elevator, not
The lift has arrived at the
anyway.
lower landing.
Simple
Please
controls.
walk your step and
Start,
have a
stop,
scientific day.
and then just there's a door that you can seal, but there's no point. I don't actually think that even works, so it's literally just close and right. This, well, that's where we came from. And this is the storage room, which leads to the vents, which I will show you later. And here's a map of this section, if you're interested. Alright, we're resuming. Okay, this is a special reception room. Accessible by an employee keycard. This has some various things. First off, it has a computer that never works. And then this, just remember that lockdown drill, because that's more of the storyline. The storyline is everywhere. Also notice how the person who had their thing turned isn't on site. That's also important. These access keys, they've been, if you notice, just notice with the keys, the DMR primer and the other primer, the control room, the other control room key, and the maintenance key are all missing. Most of this is in the control room. And then here's more stuff. This is logs. Someone stole the protocol documents, which, as you see, the protocol documents is empty. That is important. If you want to read any of these titles, you can. There you go. If you want, just pause them if you wanted to read them. I already showed those, so. And then this is another thing if you want to read it. Just decoration and adding to the, lore of the game. Again, directions, though you can just follow this dumb sign. That's fake room. Got that exit sign though. And dark matter reactor. Well, we're not even there yet. This is just yet another elevator to take. Obviously, as I said, you're able to spawn closer to it, but this is if you want to take the longer route. Or if you want to, bring a fuel cell over, because obviously the fuel cells, you can't just reset to bring them. This, if you want to, look out into the abyss. Got that logo. Okay, anyway. This is a map of this section. This section, it gets kind of big. So don't get lost. Got marketing division, catwalks, the various sections, the works. So we got corporate. This is the first corporate section of many. Got quality assurance, which if you notice, quality assurance has the least quality room with literally nothing but the table. You have marketing, which is telemarketing, which is not accessible by this key card. Statistics with the corporate manager office, which, you know, just there. And then if you want to read the sign again, you can. Notice how ventilation is a flaw. Anyway, accounting, again, not accessible by the employee key card. Those are probably security grade ones because they got the tinted windows with anti-pass. So let's see. So now we're here. That sign says to go this way. There's also this way. The sign is a liar, by the way. I will show you why. It literally says the dark matter reactor is this way, as long as, I mean, with, you know, with very other things too. You got, this is the, if I'm correct, yeah, this is the office section. So more administrative zones. You got another sign. Alright, we're going to continue. This is corporate. Yeah, that's just corporate. You got this, which is, I think this is that. No, it's not. That probably is someone's, used to be someone's office. More people related. These people aren't related to the storyline, but okay. This will take you to this corporate viewer. I'll show you. Dark matter reactor supposedly.
Attention! Core temperature is exceeding outside of safe
I really hope it
operating
doesn't blow
perimeters.
up before my tour's over because I wanted to show that after. He's on vacation, whatever. He'll not blow it.
Attention, Dr. Rosa Williams. You have been transferred to Control Station 14. Please report to your new post
We're gonna
immediately.
beg for them to wait. Alright, they're not gonna help. They're not gonna help us. Whatever. That's the elevator to the dark matter reactor, and then you have the very amazing maintenance offices with the admin control station. Yeah, they did not respect. Whatever. So maintenance I will show. Maintenance office. No! Alright, this is the maintenance office. This has got a couple offices. Got this unlabeled. Oh, wait, no, it might be labeled right here. Got Carl, Benjamin, and this is just a meeting room. You want to read these names, you can. And notice again, Helene's name is not where it should be. It is on the side. That is important. And then here's some more stuff if you want to read. So this is obviously engineering, so it's focused towards development. Is this where I just came from? This is not. I'll show that in a second. And then you got this that overlooks the DMR's entrance, actually. DMR stands for Dark Matter Reactor. I don't know if I said that. Okay, again, people. Some news. Prime Minister and protest leaders plan to meet on Wednesday. That's what it says if you can't read it. And then, don't take my chicken, I'm looking at you, Fred, from Ben. That's what that says. So, maintenance literally has nothing in it but decoration. I mean, here's its map to literally prove there's no point in really entering it. Unless, like, want to read the lore and stuff. So we're going to vacate this section. That's also literally the same map. Now we're gonna go to ground floor. Ooh, let's go. Now we're gonna show you this magical, totally good elevator to take. Which is why this is why you don't take it. See that? The buttons aren't real. If you enter this elevator, it's literally a trap. I'm assuming that's a bug and they're going to fix it. But until such bug is fixed, take this other way I'm going to show you. It's much better. So to take this other way, you exit this and you go back to the sign that I said was a lie. And you instead go forward. Which, by the way, in case you forgot, this is towards pumps and maintenance. That's the point. This is the pump alpha station. This is the only pump station, but whatever. Pumps are behind the sign. You have 3 different methods of entry. You can either open the door, or you can open these very fancy glass doors. Or you can open this one instead. Fancy that one. There we go. You got this, that literally, I'll show this doesn't lead anywhere. This is just, you know, to look at the pumps. You want to see them from a different angle, I don't know. It's even literally like marked off, don't go, because it's useless. Again, this is where we are on the map, and this is pumps. You have pump 1 motor, pump 2 motor. In order for coolant to work, both of these have to be on. And then you have coolant, circulation, valves. These is what allows them to function. This can be controlled either from here or from the control room. But this has to be controlled from here. So let's show the real way to the core. Maintenance sector. Sub-level 1 is where you want to go. Now every door works. That's probably a coming soon area or something. Know your chemical hazards. Do not inhale fumes, no matter how good they smell. That's what that says. And this is the map. It makes it look like it's not too big, but as you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 elevators here. Elevators are marked with the X's in this map. An employee section is right here. And I have to pause for a second. Whoa. Be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. As I was saying, this was the facility map for sub-level 1. I'm sorry, I had to take a little break, so I forgot where we were. Okay, we were right there. So we're going to the DMR. So to get to the DMR, it's actually not that hard. You literally just go this way, past the door, and then there's handy writings literally all over the walls to tell you everything. You go forward to like the only unmarked level. The storage room. The storage room is just a storage room. to say. And then we got core and coil pump. So this means that right here, this is going to be the core. And if we don't handle the turbines and generators are this way, as well as the collider. If you remember, the collider, which creates fuel, had that employee-only elevator. It leads right there. And then towards here is the utility elevator. This will take you to ventilation or to electrical pumps. Electrical generators, which I will show, and then ventilation, which this leads.
Attention, fuel cell capacity low. Fuel cells nearing depletion.
That audio is louder than the others. And that's Ratty Cheese ad again. I don't know, I didn't look at it too well, so I'll show you guys. I don't know what this is. I think it's just really radioactive cheese, but we just won't add it. wrong direction. Forward. You can also shut down blast doors. When I'm pretty sure these shut when the DMR explodes. Oops. Okay, there. Now they should shut when the DMR explodes. Unlike the button, you won't be able to reopen them. When they shut near an explosion, they won't be. So here, we have 2 ways to enter the DMR. You got this obviously fancy room, which graphics quality went up. There. So you can either follow that and go to floor 2, or you can literally just go down. If you have an employee card, you can go this way. If you don't, I'll show that in a second. So this is the entrance to the reactor. If you wanted to hazmat suit. You can take it on, you can put it on, and you can take it off. Like a hazmat suit. Though not many games have the ability to take it off. That's honestly one of the impressive features of this game. The fuel cells from earlier, which I don't have right now because I had to reset, but this is where you can store them. This is the employee only route to the control room. As well as through the elevator. Just another basic room like many of the others. You have a totally not ripped from Google image of a projector, and you have this. Alright, make sure, I mean, as I said, you can pause to look at anything that I focus on for a second. And now you're at the thermal control desk. There's another picture of some random. This also is a key card only door. This I will show you. So you got this various assortment. That also I'll show you that after. These are just, you know, random decoration panels. And then here is the main control room. If you want to focus on something, click it. And then press any key to leave it. That goes with most monitors. For example, this, click it. Well, don't get trapped in it. So this is the first one I'll show.
Attention all personnel. Please be careful when using the Hadron Collider. We don't want to be overheating billions and billions of dollars. Thank you.
I stopped talking to hear the announcement, or so you guys can hear the announcement, by the way. So this, you can only calibrate it when the reactor's off. Turn on the reactor by coming in here.
Attention, DMR has now entered maintenance mode. Attention, the dark matter reactor combustion chamber requires a fuel capsule replacement.
Maintenance mode, you have to go in whenever the collider runs out of fuel. And as you see, this shut down the monitors I was showing. So for now, I'm going to show the other route. So if you don't have an employee card, you're obviously able to go the entire journey with this card, but you can't go through this section. I'm going to show you. You can get to the control room. Also, if there's more than one person in the elevator, you click the button. It takes a few seconds to cool down to prevent the person from spamming. So that's why if someone's in the elevator with you, you have to wait. That's not like lag, that's like a safety thing. Or anti-lag thing, whatever. I don't know if I showed the map for this floor, that's literally it. Okay, and now... Okay, we are on floor -3. Apparently we're on floor negative... Oh, we're on floor negative... Well, anyway, this is floor Okay, this elevator is a special one. You click the button and then it takes you to the wrong floor. So it's literally just keep pressing buttons until it takes you to the right floor. Like this. Yeah, this is floor 2. And that's the control room, and that's the part I'll show. And I want to show floor number 3. So I think you press number 2 to get to number 3. Yes. Yep, this is floor... No, it's not. This is floor 1. This is floor 3. Oh, we're at floor 3. We have to go to floor 1 to show you the last floor. I think 1 is the correct button. So pretty much press -3 to get to floor -2. Press -2 to get to the -3, and then press 1 to get to 1. This is... Closing the... We don't need that open. This is floor... Yeah, this is floor 1. You either can go literally 2 inches before getting trapped by chairs, or you can go the other way, which leads to the park and the elevator that I believe is this way. No, it's not. It's over here. This is where that elevator from earlier that wouldn't work is supposed to take you. Yeah, it's fun. So if you go down, you're just trapped down there unless someone frees you, or unless you reset your character. So when that elevator's fixed, you literally just do this, follow the...
Fuel cell 3 unlocked.
Because I don't know what's actually up there. But just go this way. Another fake control station.
Fuel cell 3 locked.
But that's because it's in maintenance mode. So you need 3 fuel cells to power that reactor. It's not just 1. So you have 3 people have to be making the fuel cells and bringing them to the control room. So I just jumped the elevator, but this is the floor -2 where you're supposed to go. So just go there. Falling will cause dies, it says. And you shut down. This is supposed to be the reception to the reactor control room. I'm gonna shut this door. There's nothing really here but just that. There's supposed to be a key card reader here, but in order to let people in, it's broken. Although some people will, roleplay as the security guards, guard people from entering unless they have an ID. So it just all depends what server you're playing on. Though, by default, it doesn't matter, you can just pass. And this is the fanciest vault door I've honestly ever seen in a game, just to get here. So notice the present list. Various keys. And this is the reactor. There's roof access if you go straight, which... Oh, this is just a balcony, I think. Looks like it. Nope, it leads somewhere. Oh, this is an observation window for the control room. So if you want to observe people, just go in there. Keep ascending to get to the roof. I'm mainly showing these sections even though they have nothing because I'm waiting for the maintenance mode to finish because people have to manually put in the fuel cells. I just fell. Well, that's not good. I did not mean to do that. That was the roof. I might die here and have to run back. Yep. Or wait, no. I can actually use this time to show you the the spawn here. So if you reset your character manually, see his flag back in the second. You get sector C, and then you're here. So that's where that'll take you, and obviously the elevator. I'm really capable today. If you fall down here for some odd reason, you can just do this. Wow. This guy has a very interesting fact. It can shut off some chat while I walk. I mean, you can. Oh, he's actually giving the how it turns it on. I don't know if I'll be able to show how it works in the video because honestly, I never get there in time, and it's only turn off once. Unless you're in maintenance mode. Oh, I will be able to show it because of the maintenance mode. Okay, anyway, we're back here. If the door's shut, we can just click it.
Looking at
Another security room, which I will explain on rank and security and stuff out. Break room. The observation deck, which I will raise the graphics quality real quick so you guys can see the reactor. I'm laggy because I'm recording. Usually I can play at the max graphics. Or not max, but halfway. But when you have graphics on, it shouldn't lag like this. That's it right there. It's that floating beam. Okay, we're gonna raise that back down to 1. And then this, we're back to the control room. Oh, the keys, I can show that now. Okay, so if you remember from the security office, some keys were missing, and some of them had notes next to them. This is where they are. This is where some of them are. There's no key right here. This is the reactor shutdown keys. In order to shut down the reactor, you need both keys to flick, which you can only do in an emergency, and you need a code from that code room, the room that had the whole bunch of filing cabinets. That's where you get the code. But you can only get the code in an emergency. Ignition switch. This is literally to turn it on. In order to turn it on, you need those all flicked to green. And you also need this calibrated before you turn it on, or else ignition will fail. There's also one ignition key that needs to be in the turn position. That says error because it's off. This is where the two keys for maintenance mode, which is what you enable when the fuel cells are low. You have to manually flick the two keys, and then you click it. And then I gotta wait for the last cell before I can show you so much. So I'll show this break room. This I did not show. Lounge. This is the break room. This is what the thing here says. I can't read that. It's so fast. So if you want to pause the video and read what that's saying, you can. Okay, that's probably all the time because it looked like it was reading. Oh, that's pictures of I guess the pictures of actual people or scientists and stuff. I believe it's the group of scientists that studied energy sources like dark matter. So I'm pretty sure that's why this guy's pictures in here. Or they're just scientists related to energy. I think it's cheaper than that. Okay, well, I might as well. This I can show while the reactor is still being turned on. When you're not in an empty server like I am, I'm in an empty server to be able to show the thing better, but that gets done quickly when you're not, when you're in a full server. So some basic stuff: status on the cooling pumps, the amount of coolant that's going in. This is the status on the fuel cells. This right here. This is the. You should be able to see my mouse. That's the current energy output. The temperature, the integrity. The integrity drops when the core is at 3,500 degrees Kelvin and above. If it hits 0, it will melt down. This is a diagram of it. The sensors will flash green, yellow, and red, but they will focus towards red and yellow when the reactor is in critical state. So they actually, they represent the status. And then, this is, I actually don't know what that is. I believe that's just the radiation that's coming from it, so that's probably just decoration. Let's see.
Fuel cell 1 unlocked.
Now. I want to turn on maintenance mode because I want to show you guys.
Fuel cell 1 locked. Fuel cell 2
Yeah.
unlocked.
So you have to remove the old fuel cells and then you have to put in the new ones. So that's what those disposals at the accelerator did. That's where you put in the old ones to get rid of them. Okay, I guess I got that.
Fuel cell 2 locked. Dark matter fuel cap maintenance completed. Please restart the dark matter reactor.
So you turn the two keys and then you click the button. And then... Oh, ignition, not maintenance mode. This is what you do. Turn the key, click the button.
Activating power lasers.
Get out there.
Power lasers online.
Oh, that's right. This isn't its first move, so it won't.
Dark matter reactor resuming normal operations.
Because this isn't its first move. But I've only seen the animation once, but alright, now I can show the stuff here. So this ignition switch, as you saw, you turn the key, click the button. Calibrate the lasers and the fuel locks that is used when the reactor's off. Alarm mute, this is to mute the beeping whenever it's going to blow up. As you can see, the lights are green and yellow because the temperature is stable. This is the current fuel cell level. There's different types, which, so as you can see in the shop products, you can use the energy to create better fuel cells. Like radioactive efficient, these are better tier cells. They produce more heat and they last longer. Generic, that's the cell that the accelerator makes by default. And then when they run at 20%, you can do maintenance mode, which is how you replenish them. And when they're at 0%, the reactor is forced into maintenance mode, regardless if you enable it or not. On this side, this is the shutdown switch, with it's telling you that it has to be code red, which means it's going to blow up. And this is an output. This tells you everything that's going on. Everything that you clicked on the consoles, it shows up in the output. So if someone changed the pumps to 3, it shows up. Now it resets during maintenance mode. So like if I was to, let's say, shows up. And I set it back to 3. And it again logs in the console. It's pretty much a console. The rest of these buttons, useless. Might as well be able to show that mode I was talking about. Enable fake buttons. And this is only the important stuff. The things related to lights. If you're lagging, you can click that, or if you just want to get straight to the point and not deal with the decorations. So that's all this here. This is the lasers is one of the most complex parts of this control room. You have power laser monitoring, intensity, the setting, and whether or not they're active. As that says, power lasers get less efficient. Toggle this every 30 seconds to explain what that is. These are decorations, as well as those. And then another instance of the fuel cell levels. Maintenance mode, you have to flick both keys to the on position. Right now they're in the on position. So you're having a tough time clicking them. Alright, they're stuck. Now they must be stuck because it got glitched, but usually you're able to toggle them literally anytime you want. So this is in grouped mode. That means I click 3, it lowers intensity to 75. 2, 50%. You know, I don't want to mess with it too much. I don't want to avoid that. The higher the laser power, the more it heats. And also you can set it to individual by pressing blue. And this no longer is useful. Now it's switched to manual control for each laser. So if I set this to 75, you notice that now it's 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 75. So if you want to get that exact amount of power going in, you just toggle those. They go in increments of 25 all the way down to off. 50, 70,
Hey, Dr. Peterson,
0.
please report to my
And
office.
the mode
Thanks.
that they're on, so I can close that. The mode that they're on when you switch it is what it'll be from individual. So if I set this to grouped, and if I were to change this to 1, and then if I were to set it back, these would be at 25% power. Like by default, they're all 25. So if there's someone trying to blow up the reactor by spamming 4, if you click 0 and then you quickly click individual, they will all be at off and they have to manually press them all the way up. There we go. Set that back. So as you can see, the radiation, this is because the turbines are off, which I will show the turbines. And then this is coolant and relief valves. So coolant, it's pretty simple. These all have to be on. This is what was at the control room, the coolant control room. You toggle them here also. You enable the pumps, and they will start producing that 38 liters a second at max. And for example, if I were to turn off lasers, so lasers are heat, and coolant is obviously cooling. This will not freeze down. If this reaches 100, it just gets stuck at 100, or it like fluctuates. So let's say temperature is high. I want it to stop in this example. So it's about to blow up. It's increasing. You push, so notice how it's 285 and rising rapidly. Flick the 4 valves. Or apparently don't flick them because I'm bad at clicking small objects. But you can flick any amount of them and they will start cooling the core. But they have a cooldown. You can't turn them off when they're in this stage. This is their status. So that number, thermal capacity, that's how much temperature they're lowering. Like, so that's what's not breaking. Whether or not they're active, and then their names. So as that says, it reduces pressure and temperature. In this game, pressure and temperature count as the same thing. So like, they're not individual like the other. I forgot the name of the game, but there's another game where they're individual, which I may make a tutorial on that some other time. And I want to show, so you can't click them off right now. They're literally released. They're releasing the steam out of the reactor, and then they will automatically, one by one, toggle off. When they're in the red state, I can't click them. That's intentional. They're cooling down. It's to prevent it from just being spammed. And then these monitors here, you might find a couple of these. These are probably coming soon, so at the moment they do nothing. I believe I've shown. Yeah, it looks like I've shown all of the control rooms. Now we're gonna switch to the back a bit to the basic boring turbines. Just kidding, they're not boring, but it's sector B turbine hall to get to them. It's again free. And then the vent. Oh, I gotta show the vent. Right. So this is a map of this section. Entrance level. This is a normal small location too. This has a ventilation that turn off or on. Using the coil, you're able to jump in there, and when the fan is off, you can jump in. It just leads to a dead end. When the thing is on and you try to jump in, it cuts into pieces and kills you. But so this is just an elevator that it just goes down to the main maintenance section. And then you got two doors here. Last door, which is very impressive. And then you got the turbines. Though they connect to the turbines, I'm going to show the other electrical section before it gets to the turbines. So you have this. Okay, let's show that room in a second. No lounge. Oh, that's that one CD if you want to read it. It's from BBC, that's actually probably copyrighted. I don't know why they have it in the game. These generators, they don't matter, they're always full. Probably in the future you can toggle them. Maintenance is scheduled to repair that generator. That is totally a generator. This is just a fake room. This is supposed to be the generator control, which I'm sure in the future they're going to make it where you have to turn on that when the reactor's exploding. But for now, none of this room and this room don't do anything. This room is supposed to be transformers, but at the moment it doesn't work. This is another coming soon, so you're going to be able to like control what electrical grid is being used, probably through those. So there's a lot of control over where the electricity goes, just more ways to mess up the reactor. And then right there, that's the blast door that I shut the recent break. Is there something behind us? There's also another fake control panel. Those two are also fake. We'll go through here just to show you that this is the. So, assuming we're back here, rather than going right, you go left. And this is the turn. You got three different lights. Wall lights, which turns off. Which one? I'm not sure which one that's turning off. Oh, it's turning off those. You have lights number 1, which is turning off something, and then you have lights number. You have lights number 1 and lights number 2, I mean, and they just turn off the red. This is just visual. There's actually no lights here, but sometimes it bugs out. It disappears in a few seconds though. We're gonna turn it back on because we're.
May I have the reactor operations team's attention, please? Remember to stay alert and stay energized. Tiredness leads to lack of alertness, and lack of alertness leads to the DMR quite literally imploding. And I'd rather not have that. Have a great day.
Alright. I stopped talking to you. Announcement. now this is the turbine. It's a very, very simple system. You got turbine 1 over here, and you got turbine 2 right here. So right now they're off. You just click them. Doesn't matter if you have both or one on. You just turn the production. It takes a long time to power. They're still running. And they're open. But now this is the hourly production. This is measured in gigawatts. That's a lot of energy per hour. Total is how much has been made since the last explosion. Whenever the reactor explodes, that resets. This controls the amount of steam that's going into the reactor, into the turbines. Less liquid. You notice that turbine 1 is producing less. But it's about 7. And lower the valves all the way to 10%. So obviously you can't have 0. And that's about it for the turbine. So pretty much when they're on, they lower the pressure, which lowers the temperature. The coolant lowers the temperature, these lowers the temperature, and the lasers and just using the core increases the. So now it's time to the sub-level, not the sub-level, the vents. This, oh. Alright. These vents, the ones that connect straight to the ventilation, is different than the vent highways. That's the one where you have to click and then choose the vent you want to go in. Pretty much, there's sub-levels. You have floors 4 to 1, and then you have -1 to -2. These just connect to various parts of the facility, except for one that leads somewhere you can't reach without the vents. So you have to go all the way down to get to it. And no, it's not. Yeah, see, this is the vent hub that you can click, pick where you want to go. So honestly, I'm going to use that. Just a second. Oh, no. Oh, that's a spawn area. Okay, this is what we're looking for. We want to go down. Now we're on sub-level 3. The basement. This is sub-level 1. I picked 1. This is sub-level -3B. That's its official name. Because each sub-level is yes, that's what's
Attention! Core temperature is exceeding outside of safe operating perimeters.
Great. But sub-level 4 we're at. But you ain't done yet. This will not take you to right there. You have to look for a vent. I'll let you do that. You have to look for a vent that's different. This, for example. And you're there. Oh wow, that actually hurt my eyes. Just look away. There you go. This is the nuclear bomb. It is big. There's nothing else to say. If you fall down there, you will die. So don't do that. To leave this room, because you can't do anything in it, go wait till you go here. You can also flip it back shut. And also you're able to push it manually. I'm not actually sure if pushing it manually will get it to open, but I think it does. If you like rotate it enough times. You can just click them and go to all. This is the control. That I'll show you in a second. And here's the magical warheads. Pretty basic. this is a good time to explain the team slide. Raider. This is a game pass, which, let's check the price of it for the video, I guess. Quest shop. Game passes. That's Raider. Raider is 2,500. Or you can use Electrons to get it for one server. So until you leave the server, even if the reactor blows up, you'll still have it. Once you leave the server, you lose it. And most of the game passes are, well, not most of them. Oh yeah, no, they are. As in this one, and then that one is not. So those two, that lets you hold more than one fuel cell, pretty much. You can get those two 1 life. That doesn't matter too much. So the Raiders, their goal is to blow up the reactor. They are armed with, I believe it's just a pistol and a knife. It's not really that, it's not too good. But the fact that they're armed is what makes it special. They also have a special key card that they can flick this deal. When they flick it, it causes an announcement, and then they have to wait 1 real life hour to ignite the nuke. Although, if there's security members on, that 1 hour turns into 5 minutes less per security member. So if there's 2 security members on, they only have to wait 50 minutes, 4, 40 minutes. Yeah. Put in their key card, then they press prime, and then it announces all over the server that a nuclear bomb has been armed. It takes 1 hour to prime, and then once they do that, they hit begin, then it opens this panel, they turn the 2 keys, and then they click it, and then you have 6 minutes to evacuate. Prime cancel, I'll explain that in a minute. So maintenance, this is a free team. You can go into teams and then maintenance. Oh yeah, I can also show you the little descriptions. So, maintenance, this is what it says. It's a free team, you can just click it. It's just like employees, but, you know, you can just maintenance. Like, for roleplay, pretty much. Employees, you can join this team if you are in the group. Visitors, those are people who aren't in the group. They don't get a key card, but that's about it. Security, their goal is to maintain law and order in the facility, pretty much. Most of them are admins, but some of them aren't. But security, unlike games such as Innovation and Pinewood, their goal is not to, you know, secure the reactor. Their goal is just to pretty much catch rule breakers, or they can secure the reactor if a server vote happens. So, like, they can do a vote in chat, and they can vote either protect the core or melt it down. And if people vote meltdown, security will melt down the core. Like, they will assist in the meltdown. So honestly, security is just, I personally think this game messed up the security role. Administration, these are all staff members. They have a key card that opens every key card door. And they are all, like, high ranks. So they are important. And they are, I don't know what weapons they have. These guys have...
Attention, Dr. Floyd and Dr. Wilson. Your presence is required
It's like
in
a Viper or
subsection 2,
something
Sector C
like that.
immediately. I repeat,
It's an okay
subsection
weapon,
2, Sector C
but
immediately.
it does low damage in exchange for high fire rate. And then there's no reason to be here anymore. That's the team. So security, administration.
Attention, dark matter reactor core temperatures are exceeding safe levels. Please activate the thermal systems immediately.
Thank you for that note. If the warhead is still priming, they can click this button, and it will cancel the priming. But once this is opened and ready to be pressed, priming will not do anything. So prime canceling. So security, all they have to do is one press, and raiders have to guard this for like 40 minutes. Or depending on how many members there are. Honestly, that's not too fair to me. But so this is the exit to the two zones: TARDIS escape and admin. Your security room. This is pretty simple. It's the entrance to the security section, but you need a security key card for it. And this is the other exit. Okay, here we are. All that's in here is the viewing room to the lower section of the TARDIS, and the door that leads to the drop. That takes you to this blast door. Now, this blast door, I will show you where it leads, but also only raiders can use it. So if you're an employee and you jump down here, do that. Shh, do that. Reset. Let's go back to the TARDIS zone, because there's stuff in the sector B that I want to show you. The last thing we're going to talk about is the lore of the game. Then well, I don't know. Alright, they closed the TARDIS, that's great. I don't know too much about the lore, because there's no, like, documentation on it. You literally have to figure it out using the papers on the map and the whiteboards and stuff. Some of them. Which I will talk about once out into this sector. Jump back down. One thing I think they should add is fall damage, because I can just do this. Skip the... Well, the game... Okay, never mind. I thought the game knew, but the game doesn't know without trying. That was just... Oh yeah, I showed some. That vent, that you can't climb up and you're able to fall down with ventilation. So that's just another thing that connects ventilation to the facility. And then after this happens, we're gonna show a meltdown. Then during the meltdown. And we'll... Don't forget, lights are off. So where is it? Right here, I think. That's that vault door that we were just in that connects to the warheads. It's either right there or it's behind these pictures. So pretty much it's hidden. And then this is the list of the... What the? Wait, your picture's normal. I swear it wasn't normal. That's what I was talking about. Oh. That's the only one that her picture is normal. Well, that means we get to talk about the lore now while we wait for the blow up. Excuse me. So... You got engineering director. I'm not gonna pronounce whatever that is. Maintenance director, R&D, that's relations and development. Site director, reactor operations. The co-founder and the founder. And then on that, I think it's actually so I might as well just show it. There's also the same list of people. Oh yeah, it's not. But on that... Oh no, this isn't the meeting room. Okay, it's not. On that one meeting room where there was the list of lights that represented people. There's a lot of people in there that aren't here. They're just like parts of the lore you just gotta find out. I honestly don't know too much about it. Just know this one right here. This is when the reactor blows up. It's her fault because I think the clipboards. No, the clipboards don't show it. It's a calendar that shows it. Today's date is the 8th, and it shows on a calendar that there's a stress test for the reactor and a lockdown drill on the same day. And she scheduled both. And she also leaves, in the storyline, she leaves the site 40 minutes before the explosion for an unknown reason. She has no reason to leave, she just leaves the site during this test she's supposed to be monitoring.
Attention all QSERF personnel. This is a friendly reminder that we are having a mandatory lockdown drill tonight at 10:30 p.m. I repeat, we are having a mandatory lockdown drill at 10:30 p.m.
Okay. So, in the storyline, she is mad at every one of these people because for years she has been stuck as the operations director for the reactor. She's been unable to get past any rank. She's been there for years, and every time she tries to get promotion, they always deny it. Probably because she's weird in the storyline. And she's mad, so it's possible that she's the reason why the reactor blows up. But it's not proven anywhere as far as I know. Wait, what was I just at? That's why every single one of these, that one, her name is intentionally messed up. Because they don't like her. She's also off-site in that flipboard, or the switchboard, whatever it's called, because she left before the explosion. Also, in the, I forgot the name of the room, other reception room that had the board, it also had the filing cabinet. And if you notice, the reactor detonation, no, not the reactor, the nuclear detonation codes are missing. And it's believed that she took them with her when she left. For whatever reason she left, she took the reactor's detonation. And that's honestly all about what I know. So we're gonna show an explosion, and then we're gonna end it off. Oh, that was a perfect way to die. Okay, we're gonna switch to sector 3. C, I mean. Intentionally cause an explosion. You have 10 minutes to evacuate when this explosion happens. They need it to blow up. Okay, and here we are. So I do have to blow it up before it enters maintenance mode because I really don't want to refuel them. Or maybe, no, I don't. To refuel them, you literally just take fuel cells from here and you bring them in. You just bring them in, you cross the elevator, and then it's pretty much labeled what you have to do. Oh my gosh. So if you're a pro at the game like me, this happens. Just kidding. And I died. So we're gonna teleport back to this section, and we're gonna have to cross again.
Dark matter reactor superstructure integrity dropping. Engage thermal systems immediately.
But we don't want that. Oh, this is perfect. I can show how the integrity works. So this time I'm going to wear the suit because fuel radiation begins to leak. I'm not going to jump. That honestly never happens. I don't know why it's happening now. It might be because of the new update. The elevators used to work, but as I said, or I think I said earlier, they kept bugging out until the end. Yep. So you notice integrity drops as the temperature is 3,500 Kelvin. Kelvin is pretty warm, too. Very, very warm. Oh, it's about to run out of... That's not good. Gotta make sure the coolant's off. Oh, coolant's already off because the pumps are off. I'm unsure if integrity can be repaired. I think if you pull it, it'll slowly fix up over time. That's not confirmed. Oh yeah, I can turn the new alarm button. Then everything looks normal. I think if you click it again, they resume. No, they do not. As you can see, I mentioned this earlier, the switchboard, which used to be green, is now mostly red. Or red and yellow. That's because, of course, about to go boom. Integrity is not too quick though. That's fine. I don't want it to run out of fuel before it heats. I'm gonna turn the heat on. Alright, I think we should be fine. The hotter it is, the faster integrity will drop. But as I said, as soon as integrity hits 0, that's it. The reactor is going to go boom. But as long as you stop it before 0, it should slowly repair.
Attention, core structural integrity at 75%.
The alarms also automatically turn back on every 25%. So that's why I muted them and they came back. In fact, that's also not a valid monitoring. It's not a valid, link. File path. Oh, yes. Okay, this is happening too. I believe it's going up. It should be going up, and that's because, yeah, it is. As the integrity drops, the fuel barrier begins to, frost. So due to the heat, the particles are re-accelerating, just like in the particle accelerator. Right? Yeah. So it's going to slowly replenish its fuel. So it's going to heat up faster, unless it's cold. But obviously, we want it to go up in this example. The alarms are about to go back again. So we're going to turn them off. That one though, that's global. That's
Attention, core structural integrity at 50%.
And also, because the fuel is replenishing, you might notice the temperature slowly rising even more. We're going to go into individual. Make sure they're all 100. Because I want it to heat. Soft. If I were to enable these valves, the temperature drops rapidly. It would probably fix the current issue.
Attention, core structural integrity at 25%.
No, he used the valves. He's a raider. He should be heating it. Oh my god, no, he might fix it. I will have to switch servers again to fix it. I had to switch it another time because people were blowing it up too early and now they're blowing it up too late. Oh yeah, there's 3 different types of shutdowns. Meltdown, if nothing's done to stop it. Phase 1, if the code is correctly entered. And phase 2...
Reactor core structural integrity monitoring system failure. Attempting to reboot.
And now control of the reactor is going to...
Critical error. Reboot failure. Integrity status unknown. Dark matter reactor pressures monitoring system failure. Pressure status unknown.
And there's...
Warning.
Now it is...
All facility scientific personnel, please evacuate immediately. You have 11 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
There's 11 real life minutes, by the way. 11 minutes is kind of long. As you see, the fuel is now rapidly increasing. It's going to get...
Attention all personnel. A code red has been issued by the Facility Automated Management System. The lockdown code has been overridden with the designation code Bravo 9er. Please proceed to the shuttering door for evacuation immediately. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
I don't know who that guy is, but multiple times throughout the meltdown, he interrupted. I'm pretty sure he's the last person to remain on site for every high rank lead. He's like the last high rank in the storyline. Power begins to mess up.
Attention, dark matter reactor integrity monitoring system failure preemption protocol initiated. Engaging code red emergency.
And that's what this was. Red.
Attention reactor operations control room personnel. You are instructed to attempt a reactor shutdown before evacuating the facility. Attempting to flee will have been terminated on site. This is your only warning.
It's saying if you leave early, he will kill all of you. Oh,
Estimating time of reactor destruction.
the first section of the energy is beginning to fail.
Danger. Dark matter reactor explosion will occur in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to shut down the reactor core will expire in T-minus 5 minutes. The option to shut down the dark matter reactor is now active. Please note, the temperature must be below 3000 Kelvin to allow for the combustion stall protocol to engage. Attention, a distress signal has been sent by reactor operations personnel.
Now we're gonna go.
Communications network down. Attempting to re-establish connection with Eastern Seaboard Communications Diode. safe limits for reactor chamber entry. Warning. Facility integrity compromised. Please enter a safety shelter or evacuate the facility immediately. All facility science personnel, please evacuate immediately. Dark matter reactor superstructure integrity dropping. Engage thermal systems immediately. Attention, facility critical. Please do not use the
Elevators are broken.
automated system error detected. Danger. Dark matter reactor explosion will occur in T-5 minutes. The option to shut down the reactor core has now expired. Attention, all facility personnel. A code black directive has been issued. Evacuate Tartarus. Attention, dark matter reactor operations team. Please evacuate the facility immediately. Control system error. Reactor controls irresponsive to dark matter reactor primary control node.
Attention all reactor operations personnel. This is our last chance to prevent the obliteration of the dark matter reactor. Climb onto the superstructure and eject all fuel cells within 1 to 3 seconds of each other to invoke a combustion stall failure and shut down the dark matter reactor. You have a minute. Good luck.
Dark matter pressure purging system is ineffective. Pressure continuing to rise. Further degradation of structural integrity may be possible.
Evacuation time.
Monitoring system failure. Cannot predict reactor detonation. Code Omni has now been issued. Lockdown protocol will engage in T-2 minutes. Attention. High levels of radiation detected in reactor operations cavern. Automated system error detected. Attention, lockdown protocol now active. Blast doors closing in T-1 minute.
Hurry. You only have like a bit over a minute to get up here. Now. There we go.
Attention, blast doors closing in T-30 seconds. Attention, blast doors closing in T T-minus 10
Attention all
seconds.
personnel. We are expecting high amounts of radiation leakage in the core chamber. We are cutting our losses and sealing the Carteret store immediately. So
Gravitational anomaly detected in the core chamber.
Unknown whether or not in this you live or die. When the door's sealed, you just shut it anyway. It's not like it just still flashes your screen. Now I'm gonna stop talking because this is one of the parts of it's like a cutscene and then you die, depending on what emergency is.
Emergency bulletin. Emergency evacuation warning for the following counties. Fairfield County in western Connecticut. New Haven County in central Connecticut. The National Emergency Alert Service has issued mass evacuation of New Haven and Fairfield counties. An event of unknown severity has occurred at the Quantum Science Energy Research Facility in southwestern New Haven County. It is advised to leave your homes and evacuate to the designated safe zones. Military personnel have been dispatched on site to provide assistance. Please bring food, water, flashlight with extra batteries, first aid kit, and a portable radio to receive any orders. No public transportation is available. Please seek out the nearest police station or military outpost immediately. Please evacuate quickly and safely. Government to all the news outlets for any updates on this situation.
And the cutscene is over. And it looks like that is about it for I forgot the name of this game. The Quantum Science Energy Research Facility. By the way, I was in an empty server with very little players. But there are obviously multiple servers that are full or near full. So if you enjoy the game, you should try full server. And that's about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out these other amazing, well-constructed